What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome in each and every one of you food eaters. Who is hungry? Who is hungry for some food? Maybe you're hungry for a bargain and you like a good deal, and boy do I have one for you. One measly token for some kind of effect. Do you take that bargain, Mr. Hunter? This is Hunt the Week. It is a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League, and I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or go home. I am a 3-time top 8er, a 2-time league winner, and one time I couldn't find a guest for the show, so I had on a couple different people, and they had a weird debate, and that's this week's show, and it's going to be a weird one, so follow me, get ready for that. I hope you're ready. So let's go ahead and let's just get down to business. Let's talk about what's happening, and let's know our role.
And I quote, "You know your damn role, and shut your damn mouth."
That's right. As I record, it is 3:09 p.m. on Thursday, and this is your WOE Top 8. Nick S. Najisi, 8-2. Jack H. Rakic, 8-2. Zach C. Zach Carr, 8-2. Wyatt C. Hot Dolphin, 8-2. Pedro D. Gumbasa, 8-2. Tony G. Why Not Rock, 8-2. Sean S.P. Towerand, 8-2. Jordan M. J. M. Tron, 8-2. They're basically all in first. Everybody's got the same record. Everyone's 8-2, and those are all just the tie breaks. Nick S., some great tie breaks, and Jordan M., some not so great tie breaks, but everyone's 8-2. We had 4 5-0s this week, which is crazy to me. Zach C., Zach Carr, 5-0. Sean S.P. Talrand, 5-1. Reed P., Big Effing Snake, 5-0. And Adam S. Wisma, 5-0. I think that might be the most 5 wins I've seen in 1 week. 4 seems like a lot. And how did I do? Not great. I had the exact opposite experience that I had in week 1, where in week 1, I went 4-1. I was playing a lot of opponents who maybe had some not great hands, or I had to mulligan a few times and was able to take advantage of it. This week, I went 1-4, and I had a lot of bad hands and a lot of bad mulligans, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I went WOE. I've gone with a bunch of WOE packs, and we started strong, hitting some good stuff, and then the last few WOE packs, I don't know. Now I'm on the fence. I don't know if I continue to go WOE or if I pick up Mom for power, and we have a big debate about it coming up later. But that's kind of where I'm at. I don't really know what I'm going to do next, what I'm going to pick, and 5-5 in week 2 does not feel super great, but I guess it makes sense with all these people getting 5-0s. Some people have to not do well, and they have to get their losses, and that's what's going on right now. Decathlon is still going on. We are getting close to the finals. I know I'm in the semis, so is Johnny, and then I'm playing Richard, and Johnny will play who wins between Raph and Steve. We're getting close to wrapping that thing up, and what a fun little tournament that has been. So keep your eyes out to see how that thing shakes out. And what is it? Is it Mom or is it WOE? That seems to be the talk this week. People are talking in the league committee chat, in the feedback chat. People are upset about Mom. People are upset about WOE. People don't know what they want. Is this Mom League? Is it WOE League? What's going on? We've had, it was in Mom League where you were only able to take 5 Mom packs, and then you had to go off, and that was super awesome. And then it kind of goes back to Strixhaven, right? Strixhaven was the first set, since I've been here anyway, that was so strong, people would always go off and just start taking Strixhaven packs. And it's not that Strixhaven was ever actually outright banned, but what they did is that's when they started saying, oh, you can only take sets from the main pack, or it's random, right? Like it's either like a random thing or sets from the main pack. And that's where we started seeing a lot of main pack sets, and that's where things like the One League came in, right? Where you can go off book, but, you can also take Mom, and eventually you're going to have all Mom. And a lot of those, only play the main set leagues, got a little boring. They just get a little boring, I think. People like to go and do different things. People want to try try out strategies, right? They want to try playing with these sets that they like, maybe not get shoehorned into a set that they don't like so much. I don't know that I really dislike WoE, but I did really enjoy Mom. And it's the age-old question of synergy versus power, right? Do you stay with WoE for synergy, or do you go off plane to Mom to try to get some power? And we tried to figure it out this week. I had on some great guests, a couple of great guys, to come in and talk about it. So let's go ahead and let the celebration begin.
Where once were contenders, now are befrienders. Let's celebrate lasses, celebrate lasses, celebrate lasses, celebrate lasses.
That's right. This week, I was having problems finding a guest. Had a really hard time finding a guest this week. Asked a few people. Got some very polite no thank yous, which is fine. But I put out a call to the league. No one responded to it. And then I put out another call, and Raph immediately responded. Said, yes, I'll come on. Then Cody came on and started yelling at Raph. So Cody is talking to Raph. They're a couple of crazy guys. They like to get into it. And I decided to have them both on, Cody and Raph, to debate a couple different things. WoE vs. Mom Packs, who would win in a fight, and are Stips dead? So go ahead and listen to that interview with both of them now. Everyone, join me as we let the celebration begin this week with two of the league's greats. They both fought for Player of the Year. One is an ex-Player of the Year. Welcome to the show, Rafael F. Pruden and Cody Race.
Appreciate you, John. Glad to be here.
I think I still count as Player of the Year 2022. Like I'm still one of the players. I don't know if I'm ex-Player of the Year.
You know what? It's probably like how when there's a you're Canadian. When someone is president in America and they're no longer president, they're still referred to as president. So maybe that's true.
Yeah, I still have the Secret Service and shit.
Yeah.
Player of the Year.
In Canada, whenever they stop being like a prime minister, do they still get a title?
I have no idea.
I heard they were swiftly executed.
Oh.
Yeah, once you're done being prime minister, you die.
Think about it, John. Do you know who was prime minister before Trudeau?
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah, that's a good point. Me neither.
You know who was president before
Trudeau's
Trump?
been there for a long time. I remember he was
Oh.
coming up. Anyway, welcome to the Political Canadian and American Show. I am your host with the most. We have Cody and Raph, and we're in WoE League. This is week two of WoE League. What is both of your records? I didn't check. How are you doing?
I am one. No, wait. I was started 1-6, and now I'm 4-6, which isn't so bad.
Oh, nice.
Mom League strong. I am, I believe, 6-2, soon to be 6-4, because my games feel extremely lucky, and we'll see if luck prevails.
You know what? You just said the word, man. Because last week I went 4-1 and I had a lot of lucky wins, and this week I went 1-4 and I had a lot of. It was the opposite. Every hand was a mulligan. Every close game they had the thing. It was just like didn't have the luck this week that I had last week.
Just always an answer to your answer.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, I'm mulling to 4. Well, great. Like this game's just not going to happen.
I've heard you beat some people on a model 4, and a particularly high stakes game at one point.
Yes, it's true. I did beat Raph in Player of the Year on a mold of 4 in a very quick little aggro game. But we're not here to talk about Player of the Year. We're talking about Wilds of Eldraine League. So Cody's doing not great, but picking it up. I was doing good and falling down. Raph is doing well. What do you guys think of the format, and how are you approaching it? What colors are you playing?
Take it from the top. I can say I'm kind of enjoying the format. It seems like there's still a bit of breath, at least in the draft portion. I was talking with Reed last night, and some people think the format's kind of solved to everyone's kind of knows what to take, what to avoid. I don't believe we're quite there yet, because the bonus sheet, I mean, you see Jordan posting crazy trophies with like fruit or whatever that fruition card is that makes the opponent draw. Food Fight is still getting some love out there. So I think there's still legs on the creativity of the format itself. I've been tackling the format as I did with like one Mom, really just any format recently, because the power scaling is a lot stronger now. So being aggressive and getting on the board first has really made a lot of like you can just kind of run people down by turn 4 or 5 if they don't have removal or a creature on 3 or 2, and like they're just kind of like fixing their mana, drawing cards, playing cards that loot. You just really can't afford to be doing those these days unless you have the removal to kind of work around that. And that's kind of how I've taken the league. Also, I've just been playing aggro weeks 1, and I'm still playing aggro week 2 until something else pops up. Cody, you doing anything differently?
Yeah. Well, I went 1-4, 1 in yeah, 1-4 the first week, and I was like, this pool is not really working for me. I had like some like blue white tap payoffs, but no enablers, and so I just kind of just decided to like switch things up a bit and focus on uh getting some synergy and some power in mom packs myself. But like as for the format in general, there's still a lot of fun stuff to do with the bonus shoots, because like there's like the raid bombardment deck where it's like you have a bunch of rats, sacrifice them, share animosity kind of thing. I said a mono green deck the other day that was super fun. That had like a bunch of ways to draw cards with auras and stuff. So it had like a lot of gas for it. So yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to do in this format, which I'm looking forward to. But uh, so far I haven't really been seeing much aggro decks in the league, but I guess that's part of the reason that it's sealed, right? 60 card sealed. So
Yeah, it's a little tougher to hit all your aggro cards. And Cody, you've been doing it with the mom pack. So let's go to our first debate here, and this is a hot topic, and that's so much so that it spurred a debate in the league committee chat. Down into feedback. Damien posting, "Do not allow mom packs in the future." People are talking about it. It's a hot button issue, and that's why you're here. Cody's taking mom. Raph, you're strong in the WOE camp, from what I understand.
I am a purist. We keep it pure around these parts.
I so far am 5-5, and I have gone all WOE, and I am not gonna lie, I'm looking to be swayed. I'm feeling mom, so I'm looking at this debate to kind of make my own choice going forward.
Brother, stay strong.
Oh, it's the last 2 packs, man, were not great. They were not. They weren't it.
Listen, John, I understand sometimes the devil tempts us, but you must stay strong in the faith of WOE.
Well, let's start with you then, Raph. Pro WOE. What is it about WOE that makes you want to stay there?
There's 2 main key points. I've said it since like the beginning of time when it comes to the league, but 9 times out of 10, I'll always stay on set because of interset synergies. So, for example, I think it was Adam's deck. He had a bit of bargaining he was looking to do with his initial pull, but by going outside of set, you kind of lose the things to bargain per se. The set itself makes it, the rolls. You have the artifacts laying around, the rats. You just have all kinds of things to bargain. Once you go to mom, you kind of lose a lot of that. Now, what mom does add is power to your pool, but at what expense though? You have to be in certain colors to make mom packs work, and that depends on your initial pool. If you're a blue black and it's pretty strong, then going to mom is probably really smart. But if you're red white or green white base, mom was mainly doing something a little differently than what WOE is doing. So you have to figure out if your pool has the synergies to keep going well, and if it'll be strong towards week 5, week 6, or if your pool doesn't really have any synergy going on, you just have strong green and white cards like the White Virtue, maybe some Hamlets, Gruff Triplets, and you're just looking to ramp and play good cards. Then maybe green and white can work out for you in mom, but it's probably not enough of a reason to sway me over to mom, honestly, outside of the moms.
All right, Cody. Raph says WOE is the place to be for synergy, unless you're blue black. And Cody says, I'm going mom packs all day, every day. Cody, what is it about mom that makes you want to just snuggle up in there?
Well, firstly, there's incubate in all the colors in mom, so there's definitely a lot more synergy there with tokens and bargain and whatever. There's more than you think at first glance. Mom also has like some really good cards at common that kind of work well in the format. Like for instance, if you compare something like that 5-mana sorcery, destroy creature, create a wicked roll token, to the black instant 4-mana destroy creature, create a treasure token. Like in Mom. Like that's way better. You can still use the token. Like just like comparing it card for card in the sets, even though WoW has so many adventures, which are like, 2-for-1s most of the time, like Mom is just has so much more power just everywhere you look. And I mean, I do feel like I agree with Raph on some cases where if you are doing something like Black Red Rats and you have like, I don't know, I think someone out there has like 4 Totens or whatever his name is. Then definitely I would stay
Halo.
in WoW for the synergy in that regards. But even then, I'd still probably dip into Mom for a couple packs because there are a lot of really good payoffs in the red black sacrifice. There's like that red black guy that sacrificed a creature, put a counter on a draw card. Like that in the Rats deck is incredible. And then there's like there's a black creature that sacrifices a creature, incubate 3. Like, like there's still stuff there that you can get. Plus the bonus sheet is way more powerful. There's like 3 duds on there, like in if you're in those colors versus like what is it, like 80% of the cards are duds or 90% for the enchantments in WoW. So, and like even those ones that are good, you have to have a specific deck for it. Like you're not going to be playing raid bombardment in like a red green for a greater deck, or goblin bombardment, I mean. So I just feel like, yeah, Mom has a lot going for it. And like the other reason I picked Mom is just because I had like a bad Mom pool the first time. And I was like, I kind of want to do this set again, have like another chance at it. And I really didn't have a lot of synergy in my starting pool to keep going WoW. So, I mean, it felt like a pretty easy decision for me. But I mean, it really just depends on your pool. But I think in general, a couple Mom packs would increase the power of your pool significantly, regardless of what colors you are.
And you have been rewarded by going back to Mom. You have opened some crazy packs, like multiple mythics and like the good ones, good rares.
Yeah, like I opened. Yeah, I mean, maybe some people saw my packs being open because a lot of people have been talking about my packs on the side server and stuff, and we're like, maybe I should try that out because right now I've been able to go like a 5-color green strategy and just run all my bombs. And I mean, that's also definitely possible with your baseline WoW pool, where it's pretty easy to splash cards. There's a lot of splashing in this set. And there's a lot of powerful cards. Like you would definitely splash Grimgrin if you could, or whatever. So I don't know. I think WoW isn't like a bad set per se. It's just like Mom is just so much more powerful. And honestly, yeah, I think we should go to like limiting, 5 packs for the offset thing. So it's a little bit less of a like it's more of an, harder decision to pick your packs instead of being like, all right, I'm picking the most powerful set and then going with it. Like we definitely had that problem with Strixhaven way back. So it's just happening again with Mom, it feels like.
Well, so I have an interesting thought about that, right? Like at first I was on team ban Mom. Mom is going to absolutely destroy this format. And I mean, like, I still kind of have an inkling that towards like the later parts of the league, like week 4, week 5, week 6, maybe even as soon as week 3, with certain players that have like 5 or 6 Mom packs, that Mom could just start absolutely taking over the format with some of the bombs. But one thing WoW has going for it is Adventure is essentially a 2-for-1 mechanic. You get, 2 things to do on a creature. So sometimes you might be able to outvalue your opponent just by that. I remember when I played Mom, I was playing blue-white, and it felt like I was running out of cards a bunch, or I had to waste turns, getting cards back in my hand. Like, for example, one of the best incubation cards in blue is, I forget what it's called, it's a 3-mana blue one, draw a card, incubate 3, but then you have to take another turn to flip the incubation over, whereas, whoa, the creatures make creatures, so you kind of get the power on board. Even in the red-black sacrifice deck, one of the better cards was the 4-1 that made a, what was it, 1-1 body? Or a 2-2 body? But you still had to flip it over another turn later. Whereas in WoW, all that aggression is already put on the board. So you can kind of use like the Daredevil to kind of pump out damage, Candy Grapple to kind of clear the clear the board out. And if your opponent's sitting there, I guess playing a 1/1 on one and has to, spend a turn flipping it. Yeah, it's two creatures, but essentially you had to spend a turn flipping the incubation over, right? And that's why I'm like, I kind of want to see this league play out towards the end to see how much mom really does take over, or if it doesn't take over at all. I think it's a nice little experiment to see what happens. Because I think if mom takes over this format, there's no way we allow mom as a format to stay during the Caverns of Ixalan.
Oh, where am
Well,
I?
isn't the wouldn't the cards that make an incubate token also count like as 2-for-1s, like deal 2 damage, make an incubate 1, etc.
Yes and
Like I
no.
think
It,
that
it
this
just depends. Like I said, like the best example I can think of is the draw card incubate 3. Like on 3 in WoW, you're playing, 3 mana creatures, or you're making a treasure. Like typically on 3, you're doing a bit of something to progress your board state. Whereas in Mom, sometimes on 3, you would just kind of be sculpting your hand, or you'd be setting an incubation up for a powerful turn 5, turn 6. But I mean, like in Mom, you've seen you can die as quick as turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, especially with the double strike adventure dudes, or you can just get chunked out really quickly to where now all of a sudden you're playing on the back foot and you're just kind of looking to stabilize from that point, and your opponent just needs any small little chink in your defense to kind of clean the game up, whether that's the 5-drop sacrifice or bargain something, drain for 3, the sweet tooth witch. Like there's a few ways to close out games. I mean, if mom goes late versus well, I think mom does take it. It's very hard to beat cards like Glissa. But I mean, if you can close it out before turn 6, turn 7, or at least you can chunk them down to around 10 or less, I think you stand a good chance to win the rest of the game.
I think that's been my big concern with mom, is that it might just be a little bit too slow to be, making incubate tokens and flipping incubate tokens. And but I do agree with Cody that it does have more power than WoW does. So I guess that's the question, right? Is it speed versus power? Because if you have time to stabilize and you get to play your broken mom cards, you're probably feeling pretty good, and that's the long game. But if you're that quick WoW deck, I wonder where you stop being a WoW deck and just start reaching for power. Because I think that happens. That's where I'm at. I'm 5-5. My WoW deck is fine, but I'm kind of just replacing bargain stuff with more like slightly better bargain stuff. I want some power in this thing.
I guess it depends. Like, what's your game plan so far? Like, what colors you playing?
I'm
I mean, there's
like
not
black green bargain stuff.
Black, green, bargain. And like, are you relying heavily on the bargain stuff? Like,
I
Gluttons, I
tried to,
assume.
yeah. Yeah, I've got like Hopeless Nightmares, and I only have one Glutton. So, but it's a lot of stuff that like cares about me having enchantments and enchantments dying, and like I've got the Mythic Turtle in green, which has been like fine for getting a land. I've got 3 Sweet Tooth Witches, up the Beanstalk. Anyway, this isn't about me. We're talking WoW packs. We're talking about packs. Cody, do you have any last words on the subject?
just like the ceiling is so much higher on Mom. That's all. I mean, imagine you just get like Vorinclex or Shieldred or the Board Wave. I mean, those are. I mean, how do those even compare to like? There's no cards even as powerful as like the top 20 most powerful cards in Mom in WoW right now. I mean,
yeah,
it's like it's kind of ridiculous. So I don't know. I mean, and I feel like we're already only replacing a couple cards in our deck anyway. Anytime we get a booster pack at any point, pretty much, like even at this point, even though it's so early, it's still find like a ton of upgrades every pack, and like it's just the upgrade could be so much stronger with Mom, and then you still have your base deck, and then you just have these cards that help you close out the game versus just like another upgrading your mana dork to like a better, like the red green one, or the green one to a red green one or whatever. Like I don't know, it's just like the delta is so much higher on that.
I agree. I can't disagree that the power level overall is higher. And I guess I would agree that at a certain point, once you kind of have like a game plan down for your base deck, and maybe you're looking for like 5, 8 upgrades, might be better to go to Mom.
So are you so this you're supposed to be making your final argument for WoW here,
So
not advocating for Mom.
I won that argument, sounds like.
I mean, I never proposed the argument. I'm in WoW just
that doesn't mean you should lose.
Yeah, I'm in WoW just to see how this experiment goes for this league. And that way we have a few people that are just straight WoW, so we can get like a good comparison sake.
Yeah,
If I go
well,
far in this league, cool. If I don't, that's fine. I
well,
said
let's
from day one that I was gonna go mom. I made a mistake and I told my opponent, give me a WOE pack. And after that, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just down the rabbit hole now.
You can switch,
Well-
right? You can switch. You can always switch. There's plenty of room.
Nah, I figure I'm just gonna stay on the WOE path. I'm gonna be a purist.
all right. Well, I mean, yeah. All I can say is we should put this to the text next week and have a match together.
Yeah,
You
let's-
have to
WOE
speak
versus
to
mom.
my lawyer about that.
I'd love to talk about that for a second because Cody, you're always trying to play Raph, and Raph, you never want to play Cody.
Listen,
He only played me in the Lord of the Rings League twice because he's like he had a better deck than me. Otherwise, he's like, no.
I thought I only played you once in that league.
Did you only play me once? I don't remember the other 3 times we played.
I remember
That's
I
why.
played you, I think in Brawl, even though you tried to run as hard as you could. In Lord of the Ring, you tried running as hard as you could.
I didn't try running. I played you. You're
don't know.
fucking run. You're projecting, buddy.
I don't
You're
know
fucking
about
running
Raph.
nonstop.
I've seen a lot of Cody saying, "Hey, let's play," and you just being like, "Oh no, sorry, man, I gotta leave." And not around.
Cody will jam out all of his games for the week and be like at one last game, and he'll be like, let's play Raph. Now I've played no games yet. I have no packs. And I'm like, let me catch up a bit first. Let me get there. Give me a fighting chance at the very least.
Well,
I will admit though, after practicing against Cody's deck this week, I am running. This is before. I think you were only at what, 1 or 2 losses, Cody? You had a tally and like one other card. Now you've added like 8 more bombs to the deck. I'm no longer interested. I'm out.
yeah, Cody's
It's
deck
like-
is bad.
Let's not tell everybody exactly what's in my deck, okay? I still need to find opponents during the week.
You're posting pictures of your deck all over the place. Okay.
Every
Well, the
5
side
seconds.
server. There's only like 25% of the people playing in the side server, maybe.
Isn't there a cool stat for you? I think the last 8 league winners have been side server people.
Yeah, the only lot back to Daniel G was the last non-side server that person that won it.
Well,
I mean-
he's in his own side server with the Discers. They got their
Yeah.
own.
They're over there scheming.
I'll ascend to Discer level one day.
I'd love to know what the Discers think of WoE vs. Mom. I'm sure they had a whole big debate about it.
Well, I mean, didn't Sawyer take mom packs last night?
I believe
what's
he's
Jordan
taking some mob packs. Jordan's
Jordan's not
one
losing.
loss. Yeah, he did took well.
That's a good
I
point
was
right
looking
there.
at all the stats last night about all the people that took well with mom. Mom's
I can see
catching
a
up. It's like
conversation
100 to
between them.
200.
Yeah, I can see a convo between all the Discers, and everyone's like really thinking about this really hard. And Jordan's like, guys, it's just super simple. Don't lose, man.
That's what I was saying last week, and then I went 1-4 this week, and I had to open a lot of really bad WoE packs. Now I don't know what's going on anymore.
Listen, no one does. We're just all hoping for the best, right?
We are hoping for the best.
Well, I
have
would win
some
in a
fun.
fight, so let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, let's talk. Okay, our next topic is who would win in a fight. Cody has mentioned to me multiple times, Raph, that he would take you in a fight.
Would he? Sheesh.
He keeps
I've never
saying
been
he
involved in
can.
any of these conversations.
I mean, Raph lives in like Philly. That's a pretty hard town, right?
It's pretty hard, man. Pretty hard. Every morning, I dodge at least 11 gunshots, and I have to fight off at least 20 like 5th graders every morning. And that's just my commute to work. That's not even talking about the Chipotle line. I can't tell you that.
All right, we'll figure it out when we meet. We'll just
I'm
have
not much of a fighter.
Jello
What can I
wrestling.
say? I've given myself over to the ways of peace, love, and tranquility in life.
I'm also not a fighter, so it might be a fun little time we have.
It'd be like that episode of Pokemon, Ash, what do you Metapod Harden? And that was the whole entire match.
Oh yeah, nice. Not a bad strategy. Honestly though, I am so glad that Raffru and Stips. It's really increasing my win rate.
Yeah, Cody was,
Because
Cody was the king of Stips. He would go out of his way to play Stips with people, made a wheel, but spent a lot of effort and time figuring out what was okay and what wasn't. And here comes Hurricane Raph.
Hey, listen, okay? I made perfect sense that league. If you can stip in a whatever you want during a league, you should be able to stip out of the stips then, right? When forced to stip. Or at the very least, they didn't have to go so hard, right? They could have made a blanket statement saying, hey, listen, if we decide to do like a plane chase league where there's like stipulation like rules every week, you cannot opt out of those. And that's just the end of it, right? You just have to do whatever the week is. I don't think it needed to be as big and grandiose as it was, but
But
my
here
name's
we here
stamped
we
to it, so
are
it's
in WoE
cool.
League, a regular non-planes chase league, and no one's doing steps, right? Like they're just not happening.
Was anybody doing them besides me though? Really, like I really don't think anybody was. And like, yeah, my step win rate is like 7%. So I'm not. I'm glad I'm not doing those anymore.
You're done with that now. No more fun guy Cody. You're spiking it back. Hard to
I'll do
win.
steps. I'll do steps like we have to like be wasted
I was
or
gonna say,
something, or like
there's a guy
drinking,
that mentioned
etc.
that.
That's the
Yeah,
one
that
step I've
Nick
seen.
Nicholas, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only
I didn't
step I'll
want to
do
name him
now.
by name. You don't have to go calling someone an alcoholic now, Cody.
Also, my pool's too good to step. Well, I'm not gonna limit my pool just for that, you know. So
But
Well,
you see,
that's not good for me because me and you are set to play every death match now, and if you're not stipping anymore, it's not great.
yeah.
well,
Well,
I guess
Raph
you
ruined
guys could
it,
always do
so
that though, right? You guys could always stip a death match because remember, I think whenever you guys were stipping, you guys were just limiting your pool. Like you just can't do anything crazy like brawl and whatnot, if I'm correct. But you can still limit your pool in any way you guys see fit.
Nah, stips are dead, Raf. They're dead.
yeah, you killed them. We just have to
Stips are
bury
dead,
them.
man. Yeah, you
We'll
can
have a
still do it.
funeral,
It's not
Viking
fun
funeral.
anymore. You know.
Yeah.
So you're saying that next year when I start my bad boy arc again, I should revive Stips.
I mean, yeah, you could try.
I have an
See if
idea
anybody.
already.
Let's see you play people in steps. Let's see it.
Yeah, I would like to see it every match, all what 25, 30 games. I'll just stip them
Yeah.
all.
Now, man, like my whole what if I stip like every league match, for like next year's circuit, right? Like I'm clearly not trying, right? Or like I'm not trying as hard as I should be because like wonky rules, right?
I mean, what you just are you saying you're not a good deck builder? I don't think stips ruin someone's chances of winning. Like they do make things weirder, and it is wonky rules, but you're still playing the same pool and building the best deck you can. So I think it's easy to say, oh, this is weird and it's all a coin toss, but I think there's a lot more to it than that.
That's fair.
Personally,
I
I'll
agree.
find a way to make the stips seem super fun next year. Like only 3 colors, 3 color decks only, no 2 colors. Let's have 5 of each,
those are already stips people have done. Those are all
right?
Okay.
That's what I'm
those are on the
saying.
board.
This is what you're allowed to do.
All right, guys. Well, is it Mom Packs? Is it Woe Packs? Who's winning in a fight? And Stips, are they dead or not? I think they're dead. I think we'll just call that one.
I don't think stips are dead.
Maybe I'll try a different league. We'll see.
Cody
Are
wants
they
to win
dead?
this league, then he'll bring him back next league.
Oh yeah, Cody. Once
Yeah.
Cody becomes Player of the Year in 2024, Stips will be back.
That's impossible, John. You're supposed to win 2024.
Oh no, not with these Woe Packs. I won't.
It's nice I get an auto invite, so I don't have to do anything.
Do you get it? No, wasn't your auto invite for last year?
Well, Johnny also got an. Wait, didn't he
No,
also
Johnny
get an auto invite?
qualified. No, Johnny
Oh, did he?
qualified. Yeah, he won
Oh.
Mount
The first
Rushmore.
team league.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was listed as the Player of the Year invite or something. But okay, I
No.
wasn't sure.
Johnny's good.
Okay, cool.
You got to be good, Cody. You got to win a league now. You got to come back. You got to take it back.
Yeah, have you won a single league last year, Cody?
Wait, but I did. Yeah.
Last year?
Last year?
Yeah,
Was that not last year?
No, I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Time
Getting old,
flies.
buddy. Getting old. Dementia.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it is.
Oh,
I
I
think
will.
you got it this year.
You definitely
Yeah,
have
I'm
it
gonna
this
win.
year, Cody.
I'm gonna win a league this year. Okay.
You got it.
Mark
Yeah,
my
I mean, this
words.
is your league. You're 4-6. You're doing. This is it. You got this.
Listen, if you need
Yeah.
any help winning a league, right? The next team league, partner up with John himself, get to the finals, and then just backpack John the whole way through.
Yeah, I do well in team leagues till the end. So, speaking of Cody, we got to play our Neo decks because you won a Neo league with your deck, right? I won a Neo league with my deck. I want us to do a Neo battle at some point.
Yeah, and I should also fight Rap's deck. Rap's
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Fight Raph's Lord of the Rings deck, which was very good. And fight Raph in person, and we'll figure out who wins that battle.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank you both for coming on the show. Raph, Cody, any last words before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, Cody, I need at least 1 month so I can start juicing again before we take on our fight.
Okay. And asparagus is the best vegetable.
Asparagus is the best vegetable. You heard it here. Cook it right. Make it taste good. Add a little lemon, a little salt, a little pepper. That's all you need. And what?
Just don't be worried about the smell afterwards.
No, we weren't gonna go there, Raph. We weren't gonna go there.
That's a real thing, though, right? There's a smell.
Oh, it's very real.
Asparagus.
Yeah. Makes your pee smell weird.
Yeah.
That's why it's so. That's why it's so good, though. Because like, what else does that? All right.
true.
Good luck this week, guys.
Thanks.
They're great. I love having Cody and Raph on, and having two people at once is fun. It's a little different. You kind of have to manage time, and I get to play moderator a little bit more than just like interviewer, which is pretty fun. I hope we do some more of these in the future. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm going to stay mom or go WOE. I look at the pack generation, and I look at a couple WOE packs, and if I see a good one, I go, yeah, I got to go WOE. And I see a bad one and go, yeah, I can't go WOE. This pack's not good. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going mom. I might just go Eldraine at some point just for fun. I don't know what's happening anymore. But I hope you're enjoying Wilds of Eldraine. We're getting close to the end of week 2, getting ready for week 3. We got a few more weeks ahead of us, so I hope you're not sick of it yet. And thank you so much to Rafael and Cody for coming on the show. Two greats, right? Two of the best on the server came on, had a real good time talking to them. If you would like to come on the show and debate, please let me know. Say, hey, I want to come on and talk about this, or me and so want to come on the show and do this. It makes my job so much easier. I don't have to feel like I'm begging people to come on the show, much like Richard doesn't like it when he has to beg people to come on his Monday night thing. I don't like doing the same thing for the podcast. There's a lot of people I'd love to get on the show. And please, if you're wondering, hey, why hasn't this person come on yet? Assume I've asked them and they just said no, and that's fine. So I hope you're doing well in Wilds of Eldraine. I'm not doing so great this week, but I haven't given up. I'm still trying to make that top 50% so I can get my money back. Just need a couple good weeks, maybe a couple good opens, or maybe I just need to rebuild my deck. I've been playing 3-color stuff. I'm seeing a lot of 3-color decks still. Maybe I go down to 2. I don't know. I got to figure it out by the weekend. But I hope you figured out how to keep a good 7. Because if you can figure that out, ooh, boy, are you in it. And they don't even have drafts up right now. Like, drafts have been down for the last couple days on Arena, and I don't know. I'm not playing Magic. So I've been playing a bunch of Magic lately, and I don't really want to do quick drafts, so I'm just not playing Magic right now. Some people are moving to MTGO. Cody, go talk to Cody if you need some tickets. And I hope that Shuffler's in your favor, because if it's not, these games, they just get out of hand so quick, right? You don't have time to miss a land drop, to not do something on turn 2, turn 3. You take too many turns off and you're just behind, and there's no catch-up. There's no catch-up mechanic in the game of Magic like there is in the League, right? It's hard to do. So build your deck, get your cards in order, and make sure you have all the wild cards you need, because that's important. And we'll see you here next week on the show. Bye, everybody.